morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We are here and we are live, and it's that time of year. SPFL cards have dropped on Sorare, and we have got a lot to get stuck into. This is the first competition that is going to be lifting the curtain for Sorare 27. So it's the first real competition where we've got hot streaks, leaderboards, all that good stuff to go after. And we've also had the conversion and the update from Sorare 26 into 27. A lot of discussion going on in the Telegram group this morning around the navigation and the UI and all that stuff. I'm sure we'll be clicking around with that in due course, in due time. But there is a bunch of stuff to get stuck into. Fist bumps on arrivals, tons of these here in the live chat already. Rico Man, 45 months, a season ticket holder, a channel member. What the fuck exactly? Good to see you. Sean Dawes is here as well. Luke Jones, Graham, Liam Pev, my man, good to see you. A member for 18 months, Liam, my man, and Michael first in as always, mate. Love to see it. Good to see you all. And we've been waiting for this for a fair little while. I've been scratching around the market, trying to get some cards to screenshot for the thumbnail and whatever. So I've been going around the market, seeing everyone that's here and whatnot. And, you know, I maybe not get involved in too many of the one-offs, but there's certainly a change in strategy, a change in tact that we're all going to have to adopt in this one. Like many of you guys, I got a little gifts from Sorare this morning. I got $100 of market credit. You guys would have got something similar depending on, I think, your spend on Sorare 26. Some of you's got like a tenner or $50. I think $100 was the maximum. If you're new to Sorare, there is a link in the description of the video that will get you $150, pounds, euros, wherever your currency is, of market credit. The link does directly support me and the content here at the channel. So if you get stuck, if you've got any questions, ask away and I'll help you out. And there's tutorials and everything you can catch up with here. But on top of that, having, you know, existing user credits is always a bit nice and fun as well. But it doesn't matter what your currency is, pounds, euros, dollars, whatever, it all translates. But a lot of the things are pegged to dollar values, just so there's some sort of uniform understanding of payouts on occasion and that kind of thing. So just watch out for that, but all currencies accepted and tendered for in that regard. All the cards are out. I don't know if there's like complete collections or anything like that just yet. There is a lot of transfers that have happened and are continuing to happen that will still swirl around. So there's tons of stuff to get stuck into with auctions and whatnot. Maybe some early moves for myself. I will be live on the Sorare channel with Andy Laird in about an hour and a half. So we're going to be here for maybe about half an hour, 40 minutes. I just want to get across the first couple of auctions, the design of the early access cards as well. I think go back to page 1. We'll look at a Celtic card or two. Why not? Tierney. Because when you look at the early access up close, there's an extra little bit of detail on these ones. We like the little kind of see-through figure that we get here. With the little lights on the side of the early access SIM cards that we've been getting. It looks an extra wee bit shiny. It looks pretty good. Tierney, one of it limited, already bidded up to 50. There's a lot of market credits in the marketplace right now. So I do think the auctions for the first 10 to 15 cards at each scarcity, at limited and rare, it's going to be well contested and the values are going to be a wee bit eye-opening. But bear in mind, there is a lot of credits flying around. So the credits work up to 50% of your purchase. So if you're to buy Tierney for 57, what only comes out your wallet is half of that. So like 28 or whatever it would be. So yeah, watch out for that. And stay safe out there, kids, you know, because the auction, it's dead easy to get auction fever. And you just keep clicking one more bid. And it doesn't take long before you can regret that. So stay safe out there, kids, and stack away and get your shopping list ironed out. So I quite like the design, but there was another one in here. I wonder if we can filter for it, because the rookie is now, yeah, it's not filter for it. You can't filter for it. But I seen a rookie in here, and it's got a different design on early access, which I thought was a nice touch from Sorare, a nice added detail that could, you know, just make things a little bit easier. Kobe Donovan last year was a rookie that never got opened, which is a bit disappointing to say the least. So at the very least, if they didn't get pictures, yeah, let's look at Paul McGovern here. Gets the rookie badge on the early access, so you know you're picking up a rookie when you buy him. And then when the pictures come in and all the stuff, because the SPFL has been a partner with Sorare, I think now for like 4 years. Once all the pictures and the squads are confirmed, these early access cards turn into the real card, whatever the design will be for this year. It might just be a slight alteration or innovation on what we had last year, because the early access, it just looks like a better version of last year's again. We'll look at last year's design later if you want. But the SPFL is still at 12 clubs this year, and I've been doing a lot of work. I've got a second channel that I started this summer, which I'll show you guys just now. If you're Sorare Scouts and Managers and you've not found it yet, or if you're new finding me and Sorare and all the rest of it for the first time, you can go and check it out. I hope it's a very good resource for you guys, Sorare Scouts and Managers, for intel, insight, thoughts, feedback, and maybe even, you know, weighing up different fixtures and the like. It's called Scottish Football Daily. Again, you can probably guess what we do there. This is how it looks, and if you type in Scottish Football Daily, it should pop up pretty much right away. So feel free to check that out if you haven't done so already. A subscription over there goes a long, long way. Really does mean a lot to me. It's a bit of a real kind of project for me. Something I'm really trying to get off the ground, as it were. So tons of stuff to get stuck into, and I think on that, because of the insight I've got from that channel, as well as everything I've been doing on Sorare for the last 6 or 7 years, 6 years. I'm really looking forward to this year. I really am. The SPFL has its own competition, and we'll get into the UI because on the sidebar here, it's all kind of changed and messed around a little bit. Now, I think it's a little bit easier to understand on mobile because this tab here, it now comes up with a little label that says lineups. That wasn't there this morning, but that makes this a bit easier to understand when you click on this tab what you're expecting to see, and so on and such. We've got our teams that we did last night before the 10 a.m. deadline this morning for All-Star, and I've got some streak teams kind of locked and loaded, but they can be edited because their deadline hasn't happened yet. But the other side of the UI is in the play button here, which is very visually appealing, but I don't feel that it's that easy to kind of get your head around and navigate. Maybe it'll just take a bit of time or something, fine, but I don't know. It feels just a little bit awkward. Maybe I don't know if I'd go all the way to clumsy, but it is visually really. So I think we've seen a mock-up of this somewhere. It might have been a private group I'm in, or it might have been a public thing, but this sort of image isn't new to me. And I imagined it would be like a left click, right click thing where you kind of, like Street Fighter wise, go through the different venues, if you like, rather than these little tabby menus. So I think if it was a kind of scroll or a roll, you could go up and down, or you can click a next and back button, it would maybe feel a little bit nicer. What we're used to on Sorare is being able to see everything in a kind of table or a grid format, and I'm just not too sure, when it comes to building all your lineups, like how easy this will be to go around if you're playing multiple competitions. Now, in the actual streak mode, the SPFL is the only streak that's up right now. The top prize is boosted to $1,500. It's normally $500. If you play with rare cards rather than limited, those prices are always boosted, even, and then these ones are boosted even more so as well. More T's and C's we'll get into in due course if you're new around here as well, of course. But I expect that this will be like a drop-down menu, and you'll have all your different streaks for the different leagues and stuff. And this might be, or maybe it'll be down here. This might be a bit easier, but I just feel that when we're in this arena side of things, it's just a wee bit busy, a little bit on top of itself. But I like the way it looks. I like the way it looks overall. Good to see you all. Let me catch up with the chat because it's absolutely flying away. Good to see you all. Swallow going for 17 so far is nuts. Swallow is leaving. Caleb, Swallow is he's going to Mines to sit on the bench. So you don't want Alexander Swallow. Or are you saying it's nuts because of that? Yeah, people won't know, of course. Swallow is going to play for Hearts until the end of August, but he has already transferred. He's going to Mines. Afternoon, mate. Hope you're well. I'm very good, Rob C. I hope you're doing good too. Barry C. Going to give Sorare a miss this year? Yeah, fair enough, man. And I think the free-to-play mode is probably, it's up to you, Barry, what you're up to, but I think the free-to-play mode with a summer camp and all the kind of little innovations and iterations this is getting, if you just want that wee itch to have a wee team set and forget for the weekend, I can dig it. Afternoon, Chief. Josh Cameron. Hoots, man. Good to see you, Stephen. Alexander Cortos. Hi, will there be transfers live later? If you mean on the Scottish channel, I won't be live later, but we'll have content today, of course. At the back of the cards, it says beginning. Oh, instead of, oh, really? Is it a wee typing error? Is it a wee typing error? I'm sorry, it's my gallery. Let's go back to the auctions. We'll filter buying league. There's a wee typo. Sorare, if you're watching, you can get on this. On the back of the card, you said, Rico? Yeah. The small print on the back here. Yeah, there's one N in beginning. Rico, man, going over it with a fine tooth comb. Thomas Onion, good to see you. The wheel is live too. Yeah, so we're getting tickets for bidding and stuff, so the wheel's going to be pretty mental. No Scott Bain rare. Boo. Barry loves the new channel, thank you. It was on the announcement stream. Oh, was it? The beginning thing, was it? Can you see it a little bit better? So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'll be spending my credits. I've got a wee wallet put together, and this is really interesting now because if we look at the streaks, right? So the way this works, for anyone who is kind of new, I know you guys will know anyway, but for um, oh, it was a new look on the stream. Yeah, the America thing. Is that where we've seen it before? It was, wasn't it? I knew we'd seen it somewhere. So anyway, this is hot streaks. So what it's all about is setting a team, an SO5 team, and it can be over the full match day. It can be over one game. It can be whatever you want. And you need to have 4 new cards that are on auction today. You can use one card that's called a classic that could be from any previous year of Sorare, which as you can see, I've got plenty of, all shapes and sizes, mainly Celtic cards, which is all well and good. And yeah, it's all about hitting the points target. You hit the points target, you move on the road to glory, and you go from 0 to hero. You get all the way to the top, win the cash. Now, the way the SPFL is going to be working for match day 1, and I don't know if this will happen again throughout the season. This is a new thing in Scottish football, and I think it's down to the recent interest at the back end of the title race there. But every day, there's a different team kicking off. So Friday at 8, it's Dundee United Rangers. On Saturday, 2 different kickoff times for the only 2 matches. Sunday, 2 different kickoff times for the only 2 matches. And then Celtic play on Monday. So in theory, you could go through all 6 steps. You could go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you could go through all 6 in theory in the first weekend. And with Celtic playing last, needing the 460 points, it's the 440. Are you going to get 440 out of the Hibs Motherwell game? That's maybe a bit of a big ask. You get 3 lives at every step. And once you start a step, you need to finish it before the match day ends. So there's a wee bit of delicate strategy that we'll get into as we get our hands on this, and we've got squads to build for it. But interesting first week for the SPFL. Boosted prize pool as well. Tons of cards available. And really all weekend long, there is a wait. So you could just pick one team across the whole weekend if you wanted, but you can wait for every individual match. You can wait for every individual team sheet to come out, so you know who's playing and you know who looks good and whatever, and back your players appropriately. 4 lives, I beg your pardon. Did I say 3? It's up here at the top of the screen. So yeah, thanks Rico Man for the catch. Yeah, you can only talk about the mode that matter, leaderboard. I think it's only happening because it's no prem, same as the championship. I was raging when I see the blue pitch at first. I thought it was Ibrox. Yeah. Yeah, it is a kind of Rangers-y kind of blue, isn't it, in some ways? Or maybe does it change because it's the Rangers match first? Is it blue and then it'll change to a different blue for Falkirk? I don't know. I doubt it. I think it'll be blue for Scotland, and then like Spain will be like red and yellow. Germany, so on and so forth. I think it'll be quite colour themed, isn't it? Have you not placed any bids yet, Rising Rashi? No, not yet. I think the one-offs I'm going to be quite happy to let lie. One-offs, you get an extra bonus on them for your collection. And again, if you're new around here, some of this is just a wee bit too much too soon. So that's why I'm being light on details. But there'll be plenty of content. We'll go into it in much deeper detail. And there is plenty on the channel already. But no, not yet. Because I think the one-offs, because they carry that extra collection score bonus, they always just go for more than, really what they're worth in so many ways. And I think the real balancing act for me is going to be picking my battle between limited and rares for the most part. And because I think a lot of us are going to, even super rares, by the way, I wish if I had a bit of a bigger wallet, I would probably try and keep my powder dry and look at the 2-ofs on super rare and see how they auction out, or even look at any 1-ofs that go under the radar a little bit. But super rare, because there is only 10 of them per year, and the whole way the economics work at that end of the game, the prize pool, the payouts are way bigger, of course, but it's just more. Like, you need to be careful you don't bite off more than you can chew. That's the way I always think about super rare whenever I get tempted to get there. They bring me back in, Super Quinny, thank you very much, Rob. They are only auctioning the number 1s today. But surely once the 1s go through, though, when do the auctions end, Rico? Do they go all the way through? There's not that many players that will be all day, is it? 9 hours. Yeah, like I can easily see once the 1s clock off, the 2s come on. They generally do that kind of thing, don't they? But in terms of today, yeah, I suppose by the time we get to the Rory Payton, he'll be the last 1-of to go. I would expect the 2s to be coming out behind us. So yeah, maybe into tomorrow before I'm bidding. But I'll be watching out in case anything sneaky happens, because I'm right across the SPFL. I'm looking at a lot of these names and I recognise potential value in a few of them. So if there's any sneaky one-offs, I'm not against picking them up, but I'm just not chasing them. Not like, need to get this guy, need to get that guy. I'm just kind of sitting by it. On Discord, they said only number one today. Yeah, but is that so? They're not going to just roll the twos out right after it? Hello. After 22 days, starts the Sorare set free to play with cash prizes. Yeah. So what's happening now, Pinholas, is with the free to play mode, there is no cash prize on the top right now. It's just gems, which is the in-game currency for set. And it's widely expected, anticipated. I don't want to say it's confirmed because I'm not sure it has been, but I'm fairly, yeah, Rico Man's confirming that yes, it will be. But when the new set comes out, which will happen once we've had once early access cards are revealable, that's when they're going to do it. Rico Man says it'll be September, which is generally when we get early access reveals, but that's when you'll get the free to play mode really kick into gear for the Premier League, for Bundesliga, La Liga, and Liga, and maybe whatever else they do with it as well. Will Sinisal be number one next season? Now, he is number one now, but Celtic are constantly linked to goalkeepers in the market right now. I think the number one problem when it comes to, if we can just filter by goalkeeper, I think this is a nice little cross section of the market to peek at quickly, is if Sinisalo can't play, Ross Doohan is our backup, and he's only in to be a homegrown player for all intents and purposes, to be number 3 goalkeeper. So Celtic are in this really tricky spot right now. If they don't want a backup that's useless, and they're not totally convinced by Sinisalo, so Matt Fries is the latest player to be linked. Horcas of Las Palmas has been linked, and there's been a few other links, but those players have moved elsewhere. The ship has sailed. So Sinisalo is probably going to play quite comfortably the first couple of games, but Celtic will, it feels like, inevitably sign a goalkeeper in this window. So I would watch out with that. Schwallow is moving to Germany, so you're not going to get much SPFL action out of him, if any, really, to be honest with you. I think Ivor Pandur looks to be the goalkeeper to pick up. Rangers very good defensively last year. Derek McInnes's Hearts were very good defensively last year, and Pandur really should be the best keeper in the division by all accounts. The boy Poulsen could do all right. Motherwell, I think he's a decent keeper. But Dundee United have brought back Jack Walton, who's a very good goalkeeper for them 2 seasons ago on Sorare, and Jordan Amisa, who 2 seasons ago was kind of all right as a budget keeper at Ross County. I'm not really too sure between the two of them who's going to be number one. Jack Walton's back for business, and Amisa's a really good keeper. So that's a one for handcuffing maybe. So watch out for that. Anyone else? Mitov and Muller. Yeah, this boy Muller played last night. He was a backup in the Bundesliga. So Aberdeen goalkeeper is a kind of sketchy one. Watch out for that. And then otherwise, I think Chapman is going to be the goalkeeper for St Mirren. Ian will be able to talk better on St Johnstone, but they've got this guy Stewart they really liked. Sinclair has been good for them in the past, so watch out for that. But I think Stewart is probably favoured. Scott Bain has a super rare, but not a rare. Super Scott Bain. So yeah, the goalkeeper, yeah, there's not an obvious pick or two here. Bo Royce will be the number one for Hearts. He's like 6'6" or something crazy like that. But when will he start the first game? Will he be good? We just don't know. Mitov rumoured with Dundee. Wow. Not seen that yet. I've not done my daily due diligence. NYCFC already planning for Fries's departure. That's the way I read it, because Thomas Romero, they've kind of half promised him the heir to the throne for a little while. He's had some minutes whenever it's been appropriate to rotate and stuff. I'm not a big fan of Thomas Romero, but he is like very makes it. And you know the way it is with MLS and backup goalkeepers. You know, if they don't sign on backup goalkeepers on contracts unless they think they've got a chance of breaking through. They'll just trade them with other MLS clubs. So whether it's Celtic or not, I think Fries is leaving. I think he'll play this weekend, but I think there's interest. Previously had interest from, I think, Anderlecht in January, something like that. So I think Fries will be leaving. Whether it's Celtic or not is another matter. But yeah, Fries and Sinisalo wouldn't be surprised. I'd be, as a Celtic fan, quite excited by that. It's a good goalkeeper core to have. But yeah, some sketchy keepers here. Scott Bain at limited, but not at rare. Again, yeah, it's a weird little glitch in the matrix here, isn't it? A little glitch in the system. So, yeah, I'm glad I've got all my classic Sinisalos. Is it an in-season keeper? Bo Royce is probably half worth a look for Hearts because I don't think Fulton's going to get many minutes. I'm not even sure where Xander Clark is in the pecking order these days. I'm not sure he's been in the bench and stuff like that, if memory serves me right. The boy Connolly's probably worth picking up on a little. Like the Motherwell keeper situation is quite a nice one because I think Pilson will play, but they really rate this Connolly guy. And if you look at the Motherwell goalkeeper situation over the last couple of years, they're not scared to put a guy in if the other guy isn't doing well. And that's been the kind of a problem with Motherwell goalkeepers is you kind of had to buy them all because of the way it's went. But there is only two this year, so something there. Salinger looks to be number one for Hibs. He's probably quite safe. I think buying the handcuff, buying the backup is going to be very smart this year. Bo Royce does at least have a record of saving penalties. That's very good. Chris Bergen, ready to go. Good to see you. That extra step in hot streaks is going to cause some problems. Yeah, it definitely will. Do you stick or twist? Guys, why does my SPFL 27 card not show the player photo? So the player photos, George, will be confirmed by the league when the transfer window closes because Sorare will continue to bring out early access cards as quickly as they can without pictures as soon as transfers happen. And then we have a reveal ceremony, which is generally at the end of August, beginning of September, where you can turn all the cards to open them up and get their pictures. So it's kind of, yeah, because what Sorare had to do in the past, like we're going back like 3 years at this point, is they couldn't sell new cards until the pictures were authorized by the partner, SPFL on this occasion, maybe Premier League, La Liga, whoever you want to talk about. And that would mean 4 games of the season would have went by and squads would be incomplete and whatever. So early access is how they get around that. They sell us these cards now, and you can reveal the pictures and the designs and all the rest of it. And there's going to be this year a small chance of getting a special edition card that will have an in-game scoring bonus. So they'll be worth having. Great question, George. I'm glad you asked it, and hopefully that answers it. This year I'll only have Portuguese teams, but I'd like to have a Celtic stack for like in previous years. Yeah, that's the kind of problem with the segregation, isn't it? Is that was one thing I found kind of maybe not startling, but when I opened up when I opened up this and seen, I've never just seen all my SPFL classics unless it's a SPFL like midweek because we sometimes have got that. Just seen them all laid out. It was mainly Celtic, obviously, with the odd Scotland card or Keelan Adams or whatever lying around. But it's funny seeing just the league guys I've got left. Not much outside of Celtic. So yeah, I miss being able to mix leagues. Do people really value it being number one? Yes, Jorg, because like I'll show you collections. I'll explain that now. So if you look at collections, I'll just even show you this Scotland one from last year because it's got lots of points on it. So the majority of these, so can we click on, I'm at the top one. So once you get, I'm probably better looking at a lower one just so you can see the progression path you go through. Let's look at this Man City one. Can I click on something that will show me how it works? There we go. So every card has got a collection score value, and this is where the values come from. So if it's a number one, it automatically gets 30 points. Just you owning the card, it gets 10 points. If you've owned it for 30 days and you've not listed it on the market or anything like that, and that will reset if you list it on the market, you get a further 20 points. If you're the only person to have owned it, if you buy it off auction, instant buy, or you win it, you get a further 20 points, etc., etc. So the more points an individual card is worth, the quicker you can progress through this overall thing where the cards get an extra percentage on their score, everyone in the collection, regardless if they're playing together or not. So if you look at this whole collection is made up of cards that are 30s and 10s. And this, how many cards have I had to get? 20 to get to 540 points. Whereas if we look at the Scotland collection, I've got 25 cards, but I've got 3 times the score. Now, there's not many one-offs in here because of just the way the Scotland collection worked, but a lot of these are first owner. Shea Adams is a one-off, so you can see individually here in this collection score. Shea Adams is a 100-point card for collection for me. It does count as a special edition because it's national team, so it's a wee bit cheat code in that sense. But he himself, worth 100 points, gets me to stage 2 of this. So by virtue of just owning Shea Adams, he is worth 2% automatically, and everyone else in the Scotland collection, never mind when you stack them all up, to get all the way to the full 5%. So if you can have a collection that has a few one-offs that you've bought off the market, this New York collection is maybe a good example of it, because I bought a few one-offs in America. Kai Truan's worth 80 points, O'Toole worth 80 points, and you can see the rest of them are worth like 50s and stuff like that. Special editions can be worth 70, etc, etc. So yeah, there is an extra value on it because you need less to get more purchase out the card. You know, you get more points every time they score with that bonus. Just noticed they have removed your Man City badge on the collection. Oh, did they? Cheeky so-and-sos. Oh yeah, so they have. Yeah, license gone. It's a bit weird how they have to do that historically, but okay. Is it possible for Sorare to add new teams during the season? Yes, very possible. Very likely, I would say. Did anyone receive... Yes, Jon, everyone got some sort of bonus if you bought stuff on Sorare 26. Howdy, Quinny in chat. Here we go again, says Henry. Here we go again, indeed. Good to see us all. Any new club news for La Liga Portugal? I think stuff will happen in the next couple of days. I've seen stuff in the Discord, the kind of private one, but I don't know if I can... I think there's somewhat imminent. Wonder what the difference will be between limited and rare pricing. That's something that's the number one thing I'm eagerly looking at today, to see if there is going to be an edge or if I can spend money clever. Because with the collections, I'll be building a Celtic collection again because I do that basically every year. But similar to last year, I've not retained a lot of them, but I'm very much going into the rest of the league to build a bit of a fantasy setup. You know, a striker from this team, a defender from that team, and kind of mishmash them up a little bit. I do think because of the way the hot streaks are running, where like I'll have a Celtic stack, of course, but I think it will be smart to maybe have, you know, 2 other squads where it's maybe not a full collection, but you've maybe got a 5 with a handcuff situation, you know, like maybe 7 or 8 cards. And if you've got 7 or 8 cards, if you're getting some of them, you know, it'll be an interesting kind of paradigm or dynamic that will be drawn from. You got 2 or 3 of them on auction. You bought one on the secondary market. You traded for one, you know. And I've got 3% is the kind of the 250 points mark. That's kind of my par for anything that's not a collection I'm going deep on. So if I can get to 3% with air quotes Hearts, just to say them because they were the big team last year in the league, then I'm happy with that. I'm not going to be going overboard with stacking all the clubs in the league. Although I do think there'll be a lot of viability to that strategy if you can really be on your toes in a league. But again, the one thing that you need to contend with here is actually hitting the targets. So although it's all well and good getting starters and thinking this team will beat that team, if you're on a big score, if you need 410, 440, 460 points, not all these stacks, not all these squads, very few of these games will produce those big scores. You know, you will need to be really clever with your combinations. So team stacking isn't optimal outside of a power stack. You will need to have other guys that play around it, obviously. I think they confirmed that already, Rico, man. The SRs are the same as rare, but I think people were asking for uniques to get a bit more, so that like unique could be like infinite in season for all scarcities, like it is at super rare. It will be interesting. Yeah, I think I caught that comment as well. So yeah, I will be going after Celtic rares. I think that's pretty much a given. But when I look at Celtic, like I'm not buying I'm not buying Alistair Johnson. I'm not buying Rio Hatate. I'm not buying Arnie Engels. I'm not buying Dyson Maeda. Probably not buying Balakwisha. McGregor. I think this is the dodgiest year to buy McGregor as well. So there's very few I'm kind of half interested in, or I think are actually worth the pickup. Tierney is the most nailed on defender, I think. Vickers is cool. Scales is cool. Duran's a new signing. Again, I'm going to wait for a few of him to go because he's never had cards before. That'll be a hotly contested auction. Who knows what's happening with Negren, who's actually a mid this year. Yikes. Or is that good, actually? No, that is probably good. I think I like that. Because, yeah. I think mids have been kind of meh. Yeah, Negren as a mid is kind of interesting, actually. Forrest is a forward? Oh, hallelujah. Oh, Forrest is a forward. Oh, I've been waiting for this for like 6 years, man. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I might buy that one off now. I'm going to bid on it. I'm going to bid on it. Forward Forest. Let's go to 1888. It's a ridiculous price because it's a one-off. I get that. It's James Forrest. I get that. It's only going to cost me £9, but because at auctions, somebody else might have overbidded. Hopefully it doesn't go for that much. Hopefully none of yous run me up on it. So it's at a tenner, right? Nobody bid me. Please just leave me be to get my wee Forward Forest. Please. Any other little interesting details I've maybe overlooked? Yang's a forward again. No surprise there, really. Yeah, I doubt there's anything else that would be kind of popping up in that sense. Wonder about anyone else in the league. Claudio Braga's still a forward. This Tom Renaud, by the way, is one that's worth a wee watch. He's to replace Cammy Devlin, comes out of France League 3 or National or whatever. Calvin Miller's a mid. Oh, that's punchy. That could be a really big scoring mid. He's going to be final third present a lot. Yeah, Calvin Miller's a big mid. Amadou Bassi, I think people are going to be. I think he'll be good. The Gwendo's guy looked good as well. What about Rangers? Wow, Ross McCrory is listed as a defender. I think it's the first time he's had defender cards. He's got midfielders from before. Anything else? Ryan Nadiri. Bajrami's a mid. Was that the case before? And then we get to Motherwell. Girdwood Drake is a defender. Chatting with some Motherwell fans, I thought he might come in to play midfield. That might still be the case. And as a defender card, maybe watch out for him. Anyone else? We like the look of funny positions or whatever. McGrath's a mid again. Adam Meyer, a defender. He could be good. Watch out for him, left wing back. Callum Wright's a mid. Josh Mulligan's a mid. Paslak's a defender. Falkirk, I'm not sure. The Laidlaw guy looks like he's got good prospects coming out of the Brentford Academy. Ethan Laidlaw, 21-year-old. This guy was this happened right early in the transfer window. He could be a sneaky one. Watch out for him. Yeah, there's a wee rookie there. This Crowhouse guy could be good as well. Brad Spencer, the legend, obviously. Streak 1 and 2 master. We spoke about the keepers and stuff. Anything else? Dundee have done some interesting business. This Wesley guy will be good. I think as a forward. Wesley will be good. I think Basir's got some potential. And who else did they get? I thought could be good this year. Maybe, is it Bevan the striker? Yeah, he could be good. Bevan the striker. Ryan Astley, who I won ages ago. Bit of a Welsh hero. He could be good again this year as a budget defender. Really coming into his own. And then Aberdeen have done some alright business. This Malula guy looks the part. I like their midfield a lot. Tony Yogan up front is a winger, but Armstrong. The boy Dan Happ, the defender, scored the other day. But yeah, Lewis Smith. Nesta Guinness Walker. You might have missed that transfer, but legend of a name. Nesta Guinness Walker. You'll love to see it. Breedle and Connor Ronan. Connor Ronan isn't here, but Breedle could be good. Could be like Cammy Devlin Mark II. And Connor Ronan, we know, is very good at scoring in MLS. Greg Kilty's a forward. And by the way, as a forward, he's captain now. That's an exciting piece. Kelly, by the way, Kilty's a forward. Ring's a forward. Silencio, McKenzie, Mathurin, Hugo, Ewan, Owen, Daniels. Kelly, I've got so many forwards, by the way. Marco Hara's moved there. He could be good. Kelly, I've got so many forwards. That's a bit of a pain in the neck if you're a Kelly stacker. If you're a Kelly fan, you're going to need to get like all the forwards once, and then duplicates of like O'Hara, a defender, and a goalkeeper, and do your multi-entry for whoever's scoring and assisting. St Mirren, I think they've been a wee bit slower out the block with doing some business. Eso Sasula is a former Celtic youth prospect. He's been at West Brom. He could do good. Watch out for him. They did bring another mid in. Oh, Ramos. That's who it was. Where is he? Samuel Ramos. Could be a wee streets won't forget type player. And it's St Mirren midfield. We glanced at St Johnstone earlier. Sorry, Ian. I don't think there's any like super signings here to kind of mention. You'll be happy to hear. Keep your intel to yourself. But yeah, that's pretty much the size of it. Not real. Hugo was highly rated when it's Sunderland Academy before he went to Man United. He is very highly rated. Honestly, Kelly, can I filter Kelly? Kelly's a team that I think I'll be buying some limiteds for. Because I do like the transfer business that they've made in this window. But it's so forward heavy. Greg Kelty being a forward as well, I think just totally tips it. He could have been your mid. O'Hara's a good mid, obviously, as well. But you're going to want to play Hugo. This Owen guy was Young Player of the Year in Wales. And scored a good couple of goals. The boy Daniels looks the part. John Jules looks the part. Mathurin looks the part. It's all up front for Kelly. But Kelty being the captain, I think is kind of the safe bet. Jack Millen was a good player last season. What does it mean? So the tickets that you get rewarded for the bids, you spin on this wheel here, where you can get further market credits. Or Essence. Essence can be turned into more cards. XP, which levels your cards up so they're more powerful. And then these clues, when you go to craft a card with Essence, you can. It's kind of like picking blind, but you can use clues and figure out what leagues players play in, or what rank they are, what country they're from, their nationality, that sort of thing. So the wheel's a nice little kind of side hustle. It's kind of like, think of it kind of not quite like cashback, but it's a kind of a cashback type mechanism. Where when you buy on auctions, you get wheel spins and you could get some random stuff come back your way. So yeah, I'm quite excited for a little. I'll be doing further content on this after I've got a few cards of my own. And on Scottish Football Daily, I'll probably drop a Sorare video on Saturday just to kind of like see if anyone's up for it over there, kind of thing. But yeah, I've had good fun kind of clicking through this with you guys this morning. I'll be back with Laird on the Sorare channel in under an hour. So I'll see you all over there. Just trying to think if there's anything else to kind of go through. And let's see, I'll hang about for another 10 minutes. Wait until McBride comes in. Yeah, there'll be a lot of bids going in then. The main thing I'm trying to remind myself of is Kelly. I'm buying limiteds. I'm not buying rare Kelly players, Like, so it kind of changes the scope of the price of some of these things. I always look at rare as default. I'm a rare boy. I can't help it. But I need to remember that for this, again, I'm not mad for the one-offs in any case, but I need to look more at limited auctions for the pieces that I want to use or I think are usable this year. CCV is playing in pre-season now. James. So CCV is, for all intents and purposes, back. Yeah. Somebody's ran me up on this. Go away, man. Go away. Somebody's done that on purpose. You've done that on purpose. I don't like you now. Whoever you are, I don't like you. You've did that on purpose. Yeah. See, that's why I don't like, that's why I can't, yeah. I don't like you, Pep and Co Guardiola. That makes me annoyed. Bloody Pep. I know. I was looking at buying some stuff out of his auction for his office, but not now, Pep. That won't be happening. It's limited, not that. Oh, yeah. So I will need to. Well, I think for SPFL, no. But I will still have limited action. I'll have limited action. Yeah, we'll need to really iron that out, what we're doing. Because it's getting a wee bit muddy now, isn't it? For SPFL, I won't be doing member giveaways on limited payout. but I'll still, I'll maybe just make a committal to like 2 cards a month or something like that, or 3 cards. I'll maybe just do something like that and just buy stuff. Or something, Rico. I will need to work out, but thanks for. I will put that on my to-do list. Thank you, Rico. Do you know how long does it take for tickets to come through? It said I was rewarded one. I'd maybe just give it a minute or two, hit a wee refresh, close the app and open it again. It's semi-instant, but sometimes it's a wee bit of laggy if it's the new system's getting up to running and it's a bit busy and stuff. But fairly instant, mate. Fairly instant. What are the points needed for each step? So the first step is 320 points. Each player scores between 0 and 100. I should have probably made that clear earlier, sorry. And you can get bonuses so that even if they score 100, it's like we spoke about with collection bonus earlier, and even an individual player's card, their XP. The 100 could be worth as much as 110 points, 115 points with the right bonuses attached to it. You also pick a captain. They get 50% kicker as well. So the first step is 320. I can't click on it without it opening the thing up, it seems. Oh, there we go. Then it's 360 and 380. The first 3 are very easy, and I think most teams and stacks will get you through the first 3 consistently enough. But when it begins with a 4, you need to really nail your captain. You're going to need a decent enough goalkeeper score, and it just becomes harder. The perfect score without bonuses is 500, of course. A goalkeeper is almost certainly never going to help you there. So 460 is a big ask. You need some guys that are. You need a captain that hits 100 as a minimum requirement. 100, and how many 100 capable players are there? What type of match can a guy hit 100 in? So I'm saying not every team in the SPFL is capable of single running the streak. You will need some help. Can you get a set team out tonight in the squad, Quinny? Oh, maybe. He wants his trinkets back. Yeah. Do we have a game we can... Oh! Nice. We've got... How did I have Fenerbahce cards? Oh, these guys at the World Cup. Who the hell are you? Kevin Jakob? And who the hell are you? Oh, yeah, he's playing. That's fine. Cool. I've got a wee Fenerbahce thing on the go. That's kind of fun. I put McKenna in for the banter. Captain Kareem the Dream. Sweet. I think I'll do that on the main thing while I'm at it, before I forget. Awesome. 260 points should be pretty easy for the Fenerbahce boys. Any specific player you will bid for? Do I want to tell you about that after the last guy just ran me up? I'm not sure. Let me put it like this. Every squad has like 2 or 3 guys I'm interested in. Every squad has a few guys that are viable. I'll go that far. And if you're looking at a squad and you're like, I don't know who it is, there's somebody there. You've just not seen it. And if there is a few times that happens, good. Hopefully. Decisive pickers sorted. We've got another wheel spin. You get this in colours. It's the same sort of mechanic we spoke about with the guys that are bidding on auctions. Can I maybe open a wee pack off the back of that? Nah, I'll keep my stuff for tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. 260 is pretty easy. So ABX, there is a few players I'm definitely going after. Liam prefer. Hey Quinny, sorry, been watching Nep. I don't mind. I've been watching the Penfez as well. I was watching the Penfez, and then I had to tune into a bit of Axom just in case there was some Celtic stuff to catch up on. And then honestly, it took me forever to make a bloody thumbnail for this because I had to wait for the cards to come out. Sorry, I didn't have any assets available this morning. Maybe that's changed now. And the thumbnail's crap, so don't hold that against me. But I had to wait ages before I could actually make something of note. If you guys could do me a favour and see the tweet I've put out for today, just a personal favour. A like, a retweet, a comment, all of them. You're bidding on cards, you're not bidding on cards, you've opened your account today, you're an old user, anything at all. Interactions on this just really help me a lot. I've been doing Sorare content for the last 6 years. It essentially is my job at this point, as well as everything else I do, of course. But Sorare is my bread and butter. It's what really got everything going here, and it's what I'm looking forward to the most, I think, for the 26-27 season above all else is an SPFL dedicated competition. So any support on this would be personally really appreciated, as well as all the support we've had in the stream today. I really appreciate that, guys. All the likes and comments go a long way. When the live stream ends in a minute or two, the comment section opens up. Before you go, feel free to leave a wee comment or something. Again, it just really helps the channel and the live stream that we've done. I will have 27 beginner tutorials coming out over the next couple of days for all you guys that are brand new, as well as SPFL specific scouting stuff and whatever. But to be honest with you, the SPFL stuff I'm going to do here on the Quinny 3001 channel will be quite Sorare centric, but it'll be quite surface level, and I'm going to try and bring you over to Scottish Football Daily for the more in-depth version of it a little bit. So just a wee heads up on that. If you haven't subscribed over there, please do. It really means a lot to me. I say I'm pretty much at the point now where I'm quite comfortable saying this is my job for the first time in the last 6 years. Because yeah, it's just, it is now quite comfortably, you know, with all the stuff we've got going on. So I'll be live Laird in about 40 minutes over at the Sorare YouTube channel. So if you've not found that yet, feel free to check it out. You'll find all the posts on Twitter and everything. I'll retweet it and stuff. Quinny, is there a way I could access the Sorare assets? Planning to do some lower league D-chins. I don't have access to them yet, but if you reach out to Momo, he should be able to help you out, buddy. But yeah, there's no asset pack yet that I've found. I had to go and manually screen grab and background remove and whatever, all this stuff, and did my best with it. So yeah, anyway, thanks everyone that hung out today. I look forward to doing a lot more of this with you and getting right into the deep end with the SPFL on a lot of different levels for me personally, content-wise and Sorare-wise, more than ever before. Should be an absolutely mammoth year for it. I'll see you over at the Sorare channel. I'll see some of you at Scottish Football Daily later on, and maybe, I'm not sure there'll be Celts Are Here content today, but anyway, we'll do our best to get across it all. Stay out of trouble, everyone. Have a great day. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next one.